Hey guys, it's Dakota here, and what I have today is the Country Folk versus City Slickers predictions video. I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm going to be going over all of them, talking about them. I recently made my commentary notes, which I'm grabbing, and then, I'm just going to start from the start. I have the list here on the iPad, and that's pretty much it, guys. Nothing crazy. First, I'm just going by the list of this post, by the way. So I don't know the order, to be completely honest, yet. I'm hoping I figure that out soon, but we'll have to see. First match, I have Joe Fear and Roger Learned. I think that's how you say the last name. I'm going to learn all these, but I'm just kind of going right now. Watch some film on Roger. He's quite a good puller. He's been pulling, I've seen a lot of matches of him, so he's got a lot of good experience. Joe Fear, on the other hand, I've seen this guy pull firsthand. He's a beast. He feels super strong. I think this is a fun match because of how they both pull. On my notes here, I said that I think this could be a hook battle, you guys. And hook battles are always fun. Roger seemed very composed in the videos I watched, and he likes to keep his wrist. He likes his cup. Joe, same way, kind of just powers through. So I could see this being a battle of who's got better endurance, who's more powerful. Guys, just because I have pulled Joe and I know his power firsthand and I don't know much about Roger, I'm going to 60-40 this in Joe's favor. But with that being said, I would not be surprised if Roger worked around that. Guys. Next one. Miles Hutton and Vladimir Sidorovnin. I think I said that right. I don't know if it's a typo or not, but it's telling me that Vladimir has 2 right-handed matches. So if that's the case, I'll kind of have to change my predictions eventually. But as of right now, if that's what it's going to be, Vladimir is pulling Chris Johnson as well as Miles. I don't know who we'd be pulling first. I could see that playing a lot of factors into the matches. I'm not going to lie. I've heard very good things about this Vladimir guy. I couldn't find much footage, really anything. I have pulled Miles firsthand. I know Miles' hand is very big and gives a lot of people problems. But I think Vladimir might just be way too strong, you guys. I don't know. The other factor in this is if Vladimir pulls Chris Johnson first, will he get worn down? Will anything like that happen? So it's kind of tough for me to make my predictions on those 2 matches just because I'm not entirely sure on the scenario. But I would have Vladimir as a favorite in both of those matches, just from what I've heard about who he's pulled, who he's beat. Miles is very good, but Miles is also new, and sometimes you just can't beat experience. If Miles causes hand issues, though, it could be an interesting match. But I'm going to give Vladimir the advantage in both of those matches. Just get those out of the way. After that, 2 guys I couldn't really find too much on, to be honest. Sean Lester and Jason Ciardi, I believe is the name. I saw a few videos of Jason pulling. He looks like a strong dude. Sean didn't find too much on. I got to do some more research on that. So I'm honestly just going to give this one a 50-50 split just because I don't really know. But I'm still excited to see it. Once I grip up with these pullers and I get more of an idea, I can hopefully make another video as I go on. The thing is, it's currently Tuesday. I'm going down there on Thursday. I'm going to meet a bunch of these guys. I might even drop a quick video on Friday just on what matches I have my mind changed on now. Because it's hard to make these videos when you don't really know too much about the guys. So, this is one where I don't know too much about them. Next one I do, though. Kevin Playboy Roy and Dan the Nightmare Schwartz. These guys have been going back and forth. We've had them on the podcast a few times. I'm very curious to see what happens. I personally think that this match all comes into the hand. I think if Kevin is able to keep his hand, then he will win. But I think if Dan is able to take his hand, then Dan will win. I know Kevin has been having some wrist issues. I really hope he's coming in healthy. I want to see these guys at 100%, full on, go to war with each other. This will be a very hype match. This will be something that I think is good for both of them to kind of go against styles that very much contrast each other. I I don't know, guys. I don't know who to pick on this one. I constantly go back and forth in my own mind about this one. So, I mean, I don't know. I could sit here and ponder for hours on this one. I'll give this a 50-50 fun battle. Like I said, it all plays into that. I could see this being, I call them evolution matches. I know that's silly, but I call them matches. That's what I call matches that I think will change as it goes on. There's some matches where guys will do the same things over and over and over and nothing changes. These guys both seem smart enough to me that if something doesn't go their way, they will try and change it. So I think that this is a fun match to watch evolve as well. Moving on to the next match, probably the match I'm most excited for. Zach Monroe, Garrett Tupper. I've watched so much film on Garrett. Strong guy. A beast. He looks like a beast. He's just jacked. He's ranked. He's very good. And then our Red Deer boy, Zach. It's definitely a sleeper in this one, I think. I am so pumped to see what happens because either Garrett's going to win like everyone thinks, or else there's them few stragglers like myself who think Zach's going to come in there and shock everybody. The more film I watch on Garrett, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I think unless he is stronger than Zach by a significant margin, I could see Zach pulling off the upset on this one. I know that Zach is an underdog, and I think Zach is well aware that he's an underdog, but there's just something exciting about rooting for the underdog, guys, especially when he's your teammate, right? So, I mean, if I were betting with money, I would say 50-50 because I'm betting with my heart, and I know Zach is going out there, and Zach is going to have an arm length advantage, which he's not used to having as well. I'm going to give Zach a 60-40 advantage on this. But I know anyone from the New York tri-state side that watches this and sees me say that is going to say I'm absolutely crazy, and that's totally fine, guys. But we'll see what happens on Saturday. That's all I got to say, all right? Next up is a left-handed match. Jack Svera, I think is how you say it. And Roger learned, so Roger's pulling both arms on this one. I think from what I've seen, Jack has a style advantage on this because he likes that top roll with his left hand. With his right arm, he shoots into a press. With his left arm, he kind of goes to top roll, and then he'll jump into the press if necessary. But I think if he gets any real estate on Roger's hand, he could do something. But Roger looks very strong. This one, again, I haven't gripped up with either of these guys. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to give Roger the slight advantage. That's my personal opinion. I could be very wrong, but who knows. Next up, Mason DeRossi, Aiden LeMay. I know Mason quite well. Trained with him, see him pull all the time. IFA world champion. Aiden, gripped up with him too when I was down in New York. Strong guy. He's got a very good press that he jumps into. I think Aiden is a good puller. I just think he's outmatched on this one. Nothing against Aiden, but Mason is just a level above. He's fast. I think he's stronger. And his experience. He's been pulling forever. If Aiden does anything with Mason, I will be very surprised. I mean, good for Aiden if he does. But I just see Mason completely taking over. But who knows, guys? We'll have to see. Next up, another fun one. Hunter Bratton versus Sam Mitchell. From what I've watched on Sam, he's very versatile. He likes to get his shoulder involved, but he doesn't need it. He's got a very good drag hook as well as a top roll. I honestly think that these guys match up very similar. And I think this is just going to play into a role of who wants it more at the end of the day. Hunter just needs to stay composed, I think, and focus on the task at hand. And I think he can pull off the upset on this one as well. With that being said, Sam is very good. I'm excited to meet him, actually. But another 50. I have a lot of these at 50-50. It's probably because I'm just a wuss that's too scared to pick somebody. But I lean back and I lean forth and I lean back and I lean forth. But I'm going to give the advantage. I'm going to go like 51-49 for Hunter, actually. Well, people probably think I'm crazy for that too. But I've just pulled Hunter firsthand. I know what it feels like. I think Sam has some tricks for Hunter, but Hunter's very good at responding. So we'll see what happens with that one. Chris Johnson and Vladimir, I already talked about. I give Vladimir a huge advantage. Watch Chris pull a little bit, but I think Vladimir is just another level. We'll see what happens with the two matches, though, if that actually happens. Len Hutton, Lethbridge's guy. He's awesome. Dude's awesome. Every time I see him, it's a great time. He's pulling Ben Ciampoli, I think's how you say it. Ben has a very good top roll, but I think Len's hand is going to be too much and his experience is going to take over. And I think if Ben loses his hand, I've seen him pull without it, but I don't know if he's pulled someone like Len without his hand. So I'm giving the advantage to Len on that one. I'm actually going to go 70-30. I think Len's got a very good shot at this. Yeah. Main event, Jolene Anderson, Madison Walker. Madison Walker has the experience of Steve Walker behind her, but I've seen Jolene Anderson in some very good matches. I think Madison is one of them up-and-comers. Is this her breakthrough match? Possibly. It would be super awesome if I was there to commentate and see that. But Jolene doesn't want to be that stepping stone, I don't think. So I have to give the edge to Jolene, but I would not be surprised if Madison won this one. Again, two people I'm not entirely familiar with. I'm kind of just talking to talk here. But from what I've watched, which is tough to gauge, I'm going to give Jolene the advantage. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much that. Didn't yap too long, so that's good. But all these matches are super exciting in my opinion because there's obviously going to be a few that are probably one-sided. Every card has them, but a lot of them I could see a lot of people having to face adversity, become better. It's really fun when you bring people from one side of North America and the other side and you kind of clash them together because you just arm wrestle the same people all the time, see if you're getting stronger, see them in another tournament, lose to them again, win to them again, change something, doesn't work. But when you have these guys who watch each other, oh, I'd love to pull him, and then you bring him over, it completely changes things. So, yeah, best of luck to everybody. Country Folk and City Slickers this Saturday, October 26th, 6 p.m., You'll see me there. Brian, Zach's competing, obviously. Going to be a decent Canada presence. Len will be there as well. I'll be in the booth. They're going to be posting lots of updates and stuff on the M-Spot, MABL, all those kind of things, Red Leg Studios. Shout out to all of them. So, yeah, guys, enjoy. And be sure to tune in on the M-Spot and check out these matches.